Hey, Jason Chu, co-founder of Orange Wealth. One of the biggest question actually that we ever get asked is, should I buy a home to live in? Should I buy investment properties? Look, there's definitely benefits, and there's some, I won't say negatives, but there's definitely benefits to both. Buying a house to live in it's an emotional decision. It's about improving your lifestyle. It's about where you're going to live, the security, the type of environment you're building for your family. So I would never say to a client you shouldn't buy a house to live in. I think it's a really good investment as well. But there are some challenges with it. For example, there's quite a big mortgage if you buy a house to live in, well, potentially there's a large mortgage. And sometimes you can't afford the house that you actually want to live in, which is a very, very common conversation I have with a lot of people. So then people start looking at, well, what if I was to invest? What if I invested in property to create more wealth in the medium term, and then maybe buy a home to live in the future? And understanding your outcome. So in 10 years time, if you plan on upgrading again or moving interstate or having lots of children, so you need more bedrooms, whatever your scenario is, you definitely want to make decisions around buying the property that supports your long-term future. Anytime you're making a really big financial decision, buying an investment property, buying a home to live in, there's obviously heaps of trade-offs. When you buy a home to live in, you're really focusing on quality of life, the security you get out of having your own property, being able to do your own small renovations to it. Typically, you'll be buying in an area that you feel really comfortable with. I guess one of the other big trade-offs when it comes to buying or trying to buy your home though is, can you afford the house you're after? Can you afford the home that gives you all of these things you're after? The area, the security, close to family, potentially good schools. Some other trade-offs around investment properties include managing the property. You need to have tenants, ideally good tenants. You might even buy a property. We see a lot of clients that do this, and we obviously support them with the advice around this, but we see a lot of clients that buy properties that they plan to use as an investment property in the short term and eventually move into. So then it's around this buying a property for an investment that ticks off all these other buckets around lifestyle and security and having other people live in your future home. So look, there's definitely a lot of trade-offs between investing in property, buying your own property, and it really comes back to what's the best scenario for you to create your desired long-term lifestyle. We know it's really, really hard to make the decision on buying property. There's so many questions that have to be answered. You have to know where you want to live. You have to know how much you can afford. You have to know what the impact of buying a property has on your family, your future. You have to know what's a good property to buy. Even if it's your home, in many ways, it's still your investment. And for many people, the biggest investment you'll ever have. Getting really clear on across all these different topics is critical. It's super critical. If you want to see the power of really, really good financial decisions, check out my brother's story below.